all YouTubers. Welcome back to Hilltop Farm, Dorset, Smallholding. Right, today is Tuesday and I went to work today and the wrong materials were delivered on site, so we couldn't get on and do that job, so that job was cancelled. So I've come up to the farm and I've just taken the topper off Trevor and I've just stuck the rotavator on. I didn't bother filming trying to do that because it would just be full of swearing, because it's a bastard of a job to do. Anyway, eventually it's now all rigged up. So what I'm doing is I'm going down to the game cover. Earlier in the year I planted sunflowers, none of it took off. And what I did was I rotavated, then spread the seed and then chain arrow over the top. A friend of mine who's a farmer said to me, now what you want to do is rotovate it. With the machinery I've got, just rotovate it, chuck the seed and then rotovate it again. And yeah, that would have more chance of growing. So it is June, so it is a little bit late to be doing this, but I've got no choice. So if I can do it today, they have forecast a bit of rain tomorrow. Lovely day today, bit overcast, but yeah, they forecast rain tomorrow. So if I can get it in the ground today, then a bit of rain's certainly not going to hurt. So I'm going to try that, and I'm going to have to look out for a roller, 6-foot roller or something to go on the back, because we were talking about it today and really it needs to be flattened down. So what I might do is rotovate it, chuck the seed down, rotovate it again, then I might see what it looks like. Might then get the chain arrow, go over with the chain arrow to flatten it, and then maybe use T-Rex to track up and down to compact it down. It's only going to be one strip, so it's only going to be, I don't know, 6-8 foot wide strip of dwarf sunflowers all the way along. So yeah, give it a go and hopefully they grow. Alright, let's start the beast up. All aboard the Skylark. Right, let's see if she fires up. She's a beauty. She's a honey. It's a bit drafty in here. Because I've got a window missing, I'll shut that door. Shut that window. You're still with me? Yay! Oh dear. Right. Willow trees. I would say 95% of them are taken off. meadow. You can see the yellow flowers, that's my mustard. So that's taken off. The mustard seed is so tiny, what rotavating it and chucking that seed, so it must be finding like the gaps in the soil. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, from the edge of the meadow, this strip here to the mustard, I've got enough seed probably to go up and then back down. Now have a look in the bucket. This is the sunflower seed that was left over from the first sow. So there's a few there. So let's see what happens. Can only give it a try. Right, that's it, rotavated. So I've been up a couple of times, and now I'm gonna throw the seed down and then rotovate it again. Fingers crossed it grows. Right, bucket of seed. I'm just gonna walk straight down the middle and just throw it side by side. I'm not worried about not using that seed trolley thing, that's crap. Yeah, and here we are back to my strawberry tree and looking on it. When was it? It was Saturday when I last picked these strawberries, and we are really going for it.
Does this mean I'm going to get some this time?
No. Anyway. Yeah, God, there's some. You need to get some ice cream.
We've got some in the freezer.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. However, I don't have any because you're currently using my empty box, which I do believe you finished off.
I'll leave those couple that way, Wilbur. Another fine harvest.
Willow likes strawberries as well.
No, she don't.
She does.
So
does Goose.
there you go. Doing well. I noticed the runners are taking off as well. There are more runners there, so I'm going to need to get them into the ground. Oh, beautiful, beautiful juicy strawberries. So yeah, so it was Saturday I last picked them, and today is Thursday. So I'll leave that one. Yeah, so in less than a week, how they've, must be the weather conditions as well. We've had been a bit of rain.
It's just been weird, hasn't it? Like this week, there's been a bit of everything.
Yeah. tiny. Yeah, see the runner there, another one.
What are you going to do? Go upwards with those?
Sorry?
Are you going to go upwards with those?
Upwards, yeah. Yeah, keep going up, so I'm not on my knees picking strawberries. I'm stood up.
Yeah, how are you going to get back up?
Look at this, look at the length of that runner. Anyway.
Right.
Cool.
So
there you go. Second
show us
harvest.
your strawberries, and then show us your t-shirt. Master Beta.
It was a present.
Yeah, from my niece Bex.
Yeah.
Right, you done?
Yep, done. Yeah, done.
Happy days!
Happy days. Don't finish the video yet. Hello, you lovely people, and welcome back to Hilltop Farm, Dorset. Sunny Dorset. Not today. Been foggy as out this morning, and like drizzly rain. I had to wake up early this morning because I had my motorbike booked in for an MOT. Anyone watching abroad, MOT is a certificate. Basically, you take it to the garage, they go over it. You got to do it once every 12 months, and if it's still roadworthy, they give you a certificate that you can ride it. So I had to take the bike in for that. On the way back, I had an accident. It was foggy. I was coming through country lanes in Dorset. Some of them are ever so narrow. As I was approaching a slight bend in the road, car coming the other way, I had to move over, come off the road, ended up dropping the bike on top of me, and luckily within 30 seconds someone in a car pulled up behind and managed to help me lift the bike off me. I'm all right, just bent my brake pedal, just the arm and my ankle hurt a little bit, but nothing broken, so I was fortunate there. Anyway, back to the farm. Sad news during the week. The micro gosling that I called it, out of the 11 there was one really small gosling. Anyway, it went downhill. Nicky brought it back home in a cardboard box, put it next to the radiator to warm it up. Within an hour it passed away. Sad, but I did Google any other incidences like that, and they did. There was a couple of forums I was reading, and they were saying about if you had a clutch of like ducks or goslings and there's a really small one, generally they don't survive, and they say it was due to like absorbing the yolk when they're going through like before the hatching period, and I think they find that the organs don't develop as good because they don't absorb all the yolk or something like that. But yeah, we're in a bit of a shame, but we move on. Today I've got 3 jobs that I've listed, which is priority. The forecast is giving us another heat wave next week. Gonna get up into like the 30s. So my first priority is to do those holes in the brooder sheds that I've been meaning to do. So I've got to do that. Otherwise it just gets too bloody hot in them. So I'm going to be drilling some holes and then putting some mesh over the holes so birds and whatever can get in. That's my first job. Second job, I'm going to put the netting going around the veggie plot to stop the rabbits from jumping in. We certainly don't, because we've obviously got chicken mesh going all the way around anyway, but we certainly don't get as many rabbits as we did before. but there is still one or two signs of like the rabbit scratching in there. So we're going to put the plastic netting up above the chicken mesh, keep them out. And then my next job is layer lounge, where I've got all my egg layers. I'm going to create a shade shelter for them. There's an IBC in there. Shut up! Bloody hell. Be glad when you lot all gone. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, shade shelter. There's an IBC behind the chicken coop. Sat on a couple of pallets, so I'll use those pallets to make a shade shelter and get rid of the IBC. I know the rats have been getting underneath those pallets, so when we pull them out we'll probably expose some rat holes. My rat count at the moment is a total of 8, so obviously I've made a good dent in that. I'll go and check the rat poison box. It's been there now 2.5 weeks, and the last time I looked it hadn't been touched, so we're going to have a look at that. Yeah, and so that was my second job. Third job, forgotten what that was. Oh yeah, sorry, the shade shelter. And then the fourth job, I've got a strim underneath the electric fence. I haven't even had the electric fence on that at the moment because there's just so much grass and weeds and that touching the electric fence, it would just be shorting it out. So I've got a strim around that as well. Yeah, just gonna have a look at the bait box with the rat poison in. I'll swing the camera around. All you buggers. Nicky's doing some washing up. Oh, chicken, what are you doing in here? Right, bait box, there's the IBC. And that's what they're doing, they're jumping on the IBC and then jumping over the chickens, which they shouldn't. And there's the pallets that I can use for my shade shelter. Yeah, but it's been about 2.5 weeks, this bait box. Oh, and they've been eating it. Yeah, definitely some, not, I would say half. I did put some layer pellets in there to entice them in, which they've ate the layer pellets in the run bit, and they've also been eating the poison. Not a lot, but I reckon there's only one or two rats left in here. But I have, there's Jerry. I have found some other rat poison, which I must have bought ages ago and I forgot I had it, and they're like cubes, so I'm going to drop a cube in there as well, and then to see if they eat that. But they've definitely been eating it, but it's not all gone, so that either indicates that I've only got 1 or 2 rats left in here. And one of them has certainly started finding it. So no more luck on the rat cage, even though it's rat trap, even though I haven't baited it. Crazy. I'm just looking underneath the mesh that I've put around the brooded shed to see if there's anything that's been trying to dig out. And that looks all good, so that is indicating that there's no rats underneath it, which I will eventually do, put the chicken mesh underneath all of the brooder sheds and chicken coops. I've got plastic mesh under there, but that's to stop the like ducks and chickens getting underneath it, but obviously it doesn't stop the rats. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm getting on top of it. Right, before I drill the holes and put the mesh on for the air vents, we're going to move the 11, is it? 11 frizzles?
Yeah.
So we're going to move the 11 frizzles, bantams, sorry. Some of them are frizzles. So the 11 bantams, we're going to move them out of this brooder shed, number 1, and put them in number 2 and open up the run, so they got the run for the outside, where if you see behind me, over my shoulder there. The other pen's got four bantams in, so they've all got their feathers now. So they're, and with the heat wave coming along, I really liked if they can go out, let them be able to go out and get some not sunshine, but get some air. Morning, girls. They're beautiful.
That's a male flare.
Yeah. Morning.
That one's also a male flare. No frizzly feathers.
Oh, careful, girl. Little frizzle. Beautiful.
Another frizzle. I reckon that one's a cockerel.
You reckon? Oh, come on. Here we go. That was frizzle. Just one.
No. Male flare. Frizzle. And I reckon they're both hens.
It does look like we might have more hens and cockbirds in this lot. This one's a male and he's ever so black. Not got one like that before, have we?
No.
I reckon female.
Yeah, that's a hen. Right, this one is the smallest one. She's a frizzle, but she's just gaining strength in her legs at the minute. So she's smaller than the rest of them, but she's doing all right.
Oh, come on. Oh, careful. Come on. Lively. I reckon that one's a hen, little flower. They're pretty, some of these birds, aren't
Yeah,
they?
lovely. So then they've got pretty parents. So. Right. This one as well is a male flare, and also I reckon it's a hen, but she's like a lot grayer than the rest of them as well. So we got all sorts of different colours.
So we moved them out of this one in the brooder too, because we think that we've weaned them off the heat lamp, so they're in there now. So they've got
It's also just about to get really hot as well, so they'll be fine.
yeah. You can't
Look at the size difference with little one and them.
yeah.
And there's only a week in their age difference, so.
So what I'm going to do is there's the door and there's the run for them, so they can, this will be the first time they can venture outside. Yeah, so I'll just do that job before I start drilling holes. Right, so I've just opened the flap up, and so they can now have access to the outside world. Always nice when that happens. Nicky's cleaning out one of the bowls for the ducks that are in there with her ducklings, or duck with her ducklings. but no sign of movement. Well, they're all in there, no sign of movement of like, oh, there you go, there's a little head. Thinking, what on earth is that? What on earth is that? But usually, you would expect them all to come rushing out, but usually it takes an hour or so before they start to venture out. They sort of like step out and then run back in because it's all new for them. The other four all seem to be happy. Yeah. Right, so brooder one, number one, what I've done is I've drilled 3 50mm holes and then covered it with mesh. And that's to stop any birds getting in really. So that's at the top of one end of the brooder shed. So what I'm going to do is then drill some holes in the bottom on the door, not right at the very bottom, probably just above that bit of timber. Do the same again on the door, and then what happens is the cooler air is drawn in, hot air is gets dispersed. That's the idea of it. Yeah, and then I'll do the same with that brooder there. So yeah, let's get on and do it. Right, so that's it. Got the 3 holes in the door, 3 holes up the top, and that will create the draft. Done the same with the door on that one, and there's 3 holes. They're in a vertical row, but do exactly the same. Let some air in. But obviously on this one, you've got 2 doors open for the chicks to go in and out, so that's going to draw air in as well. And then in winter time, I'll just cover them over, or come the autumn. But then, will we have any chicks then that time of year? I don't know. What's Jerry up to? Scaring all the ducks. Grown so quick, so fast, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. He's younger than those ducks. Anyway. Hello you lovely YouTubers. Welcome back to Hilltop Farm. Now, today's Sunday. It's the 21st and it's the longest day of the year. Summer solstice. And it's Father's Day. So big shout out to my dad. Happy Father's Day. Hope you like the t-shirt. Like to see a photo of it. And yeah, so back at the farm, preparing for heat wave number 2 of this year. It's bloody hot, but it's only forecast 23 degrees today. But feels like hotter than that. And by, I think it's Wednesday, 32. So yeah, so heat wave number 2. Anyway, so on the next job, or one of my jobs today, is this is what we call the layers lounge, where it's all our egg chickens. And behind the chicken coop there, you can just see is an IBC with some camouflage netting around it. So, and there's 3 pallets underneath it, so 2 pallets. So I do know the rats get underneath it. So anyway, I'm going to take the IBC, empty it because it's full up, empty the IBC, take the camouflage netting off, put the netting around the tree where the golden pheasants roost up, and it gives them starting to look like a bit of a bush. And then the 2 pallets, I'm going to make a shade shelter for the chickens, especially with this heat coming along. So at the moment they just scoopy behind this side where there's some shade. So course, when the sun is a bit further around this way, then they haven't really got any shade. So I'm going to get on and do that today, or do that now actually. And yeah, so that's my next job. I've been working on rooster at the moment. Yeah, people who know what rooster is, they know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's my next job. And then once I've done that, then I need to trim the electric fence, and I'm going to turn the camera around and you're going to see why. So I need to trim this electric fence. As you can see, it's nearly invisible with all the grass and the weeds gone up. Probably the last week, I haven't even turned it on because it's been shortening out. So I've got to go all the way around and trim that, and while I'm at it, I'll go around the goose pen as well and do that. The only thing with the goose pen is I did weed kill underneath it, because now the reason I've done that is it's just stock fencing and then electric fence going around. Now all the geese think I'm going to be feeding them now, but I'm not. They're going to wait. Hello girls. Yeah. So as you can see, there's the electric fence, and obviously I weed killed it, but you can see the weeds starting to come through. But anyway, this is stock fencing. It just goes down to the ground and stops. Whereas, obviously, geese can't get out. Whereas the chicken coop, you've got the chicken mesh coming down, hits the ground, and then comes out to stop animals, foxes, digging in underneath. Because what they do is they go to the edge of the fence and start digging. So it comes out another 2 foot. As you can see on this one, a rat's been digging his way through. So that's why I don't want a weed kill around this, because the idea is the grass to grow through the chicken mesh, which is on the ground, to make it stronger so you can't lift it up. So it's like a mat, it's like matted into the grass. So I don't want to weed kill this, but it does mean I have got to trim it, and I haven't done it. So that's another job. That's the next job. Once I've built this field shelter, let's go and turn the IBC on. Alright dogs, here she comes. Hello Willow, hello Willow. Here comes the other two. Hey, there's Goose. Alright, too hot for you, isn't it really? Alright Oscar, good boy. Those two are nuts. Or certainly Puppy is. Here she comes. Playing all the time. Anyway, right, good boy Oscar. Let's go in. As you can see, all my chickens are in the shade because it is too hot. Yeah, this is full up, so this is going to make a bit of a flood. Run that out. I could unscrew it, but I'm going to get wet. But the chickens are wondering what's going on. Yeah, watering the grass for you. Let's try unscrewing this, because this is going to take ages. Watch the chicken get wet. Whoa! There you go. They don't seem bothered. That won't take long to empty. So I'll go and get my snip so I can cut the camouflage netting off, and then by the time I've done that, that IBC will be empty. And then I can maneuver it out of the way, pick those pallets up, and make some sort of shade for them. Yeah, you can see the shade over there. The ducks are all sat in, or some of the ducks are sat in underneath it. So that's all I do, is I just find 4 logs and then put the pallet on top, and then chuck whatever debris lying about on top of it and create some shade. They're all coming in to investigate. Never know, bring up some worms for you. Right, the last bit of water coming out. I'll start taking the netting off while that's coming out. Just cut some of these cable ties. Oh, that's me with a wet foot. That didn't take long to empty the water. Any rats? Oh, they've been digging in there. Oh God. There's definitely one rat hole, and there it is. Yeah. All right, girls. Right. So what I'm going to do is simple as I've got 4 logs, and all I do is just find a little bit of level ground, put the 4 logs around, stick the 2 pallets on top. Now give them a bit of shelter, bit of shade, and then I've got that IBC. I won't do it today, but I'll just drag it over that way somewhere. So I'll put the forks on the tractor, take the roof netting off, and then see if I can pick it up with the forks. Yeah, do that. Anyway, let's get on and do the shelter. Happy days! Alright, so this is the netting from the IBC next door. Chickens are already in there on the dirt. Yep, I do. Golden feathers will be happy with that. And chickens are already straight in. Seeing if there's any insects. And they're probably also wondering, how do I get over now? Right, what is the time? It's 4 o'clock, and we've just come back from the farm. It's just too hot up there, too hot for the dogs anyway. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have something to eat in a little bit, and then go back up there like 7 o'clock when it's a bit cooler, and then I'll do the strimming. And I think they confused the geese as we was leaving. They were wondering they haven't been fed, but they will. But yeah, we'll go back and we'll give it a couple of hours and then go back up there a bit later on. Yeah, happy days. Right, that's the end of the weekend. That's the end of this episode, and 20 past 8, and it is still bloody hot. Now, we went home, come back, had something to eat, and I come up here and then streamed round the chicken pen. Fortunately, we found one of our cool ducks. One of the females was dead. Not sure the cause of it, but yeah, so not good news there. So it's been a wonderful day, if you like bloody hot weather. But I think, yeah, it reached 27 today, just too hot. And it's still too hot. And it's supposed to be getting hotter each day, right up till Thursday, where it's supposed to be 31 or 32 or something. So anyway, we made sure all the birds, all the chickens and ducks and that got their water. That's the main thing.
Stop moaning.
Stop moaning. Before I go, I'd like to give a big shout out to the bloke that stopped when I come off my bike. What a gem he was. He offered to give me a lift home, and he did. I was only like a mile and a half, 2 miles away, and he followed me and made sure I was all right, I didn't break down. So big shout out and a big thanks to him. I'm assuming he lived in Bedminster, that's where he said he was going, so yeah, good shout out to him. Thanks very much. Probably not watching, but you never know. Someone might know someone. Anyway, it's a small world, as they say, but I wouldn't want to paint it. So I shall finish off and say, if you like the video, please like, subscribe, all that bollocks. And I'll see you in the next one. Happy days!